Good morning, friend. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So, yesterday we see the anatomy and physiology of the eye with the error of refraction and some homeopathic therapeutics about the eye complaint. So now, from today, we can start ophthalmology from the remaining homeopathic therapeutics. We see aconite, agaricus, belladonna, Calcarea carb, Calcarea sulf, Carbonium sulf, Conium, Euphrasia officinalis, Gelsemium, Lilium teak, Nitrum mur, nitric acid, and petroleum. So yesterday lecture we had discussed about these medicine which are very useful in the ophthalmology. So when we start the today's lecture for the above homeopathic therapeutics, we can start with this lecture with phosphorus. So phosphorus is a deep acting polycrest remedy. When we see objectively we see the patient of phosphorus whose eyes are sunken and surrounded with a blue ring. Their eyes seems large, edema of the lid around the eyes, ptosis and myopia. So when we see the patient in our clinic, when their eyes are sunken, surrounded with blue ring, eyes large, edema of the lid around the eyes, there is ptosis and myopia, then these are the characteristic feature of phosphorus. So we can told them that it is very useful when phosphorus. Then subjectively. So what the phosphorus patient feels subjectively. Subjective symptom is what? That the patient feels subjectively. That there is a aching and burning pain in the eyes. There is stiffness and heat and dull pain after reading. So these are the subjective symptom of phosphorus. Then vision. How the vision of the phosphorus is, the object look red. Letters look red when reading. There is hemeropia, day blindness, sees more distinctly in twilight than during the days. Then eyes give out while reading. The characteristics of phosphorus, that this patient are very sensitive to external impression. There is a clinically myopia is seen in phosphorus patient due to or increased by a severe spasm has been reduced perceptibly when the 2x internally. So it is a very useful remedy in a myopia with the very sensitive to external impression. When the phosphorus irritates, inflames and degenerates mucous membrane, irritate and inflame a serous membrane, inflame a spinal cord and nerves and causing a paralysis. Destroys the bone, especially the lower jaw and tibia. Deorganized to blood, causing a fatty degeneration of blood vessel. And every tissue of an organ of the body thus gives rise to the hemorrhage and hematogenous jaundice. So phosphorus is used in this condition also. There is a great lowness of spirit, easily wax, fearfulness, and oversensitive to external impression. These are the characteristic feature of phosphorus. There is a loss of memory, paralysis of insane, and there is excitement, produces heat all over the body, restlessness with fixity, and hyposensitive indifference. So these are the characteristic feature of the phosphorus. With the vision and subjectively, there is a red, swelling, day blindness, and eyes are sunken, large, feel seen. There is a edema of the lid around the eyes, aching and burning pain in the eyes with the stiffness and heat. That the patient feels subjectively, there is a aching, there is a very pain and burning in the eyes. This is the keynote and characteristic feature of phosphorus. So it is very useful also in a cataract. Sensation as if everything were covered with a mist of or veil or dust or something pulled tightly. Over eyes, black points seem to float before the eyes. Come student, come fast, fastly join the lecture. Then there is a green halo about a candlelight like a ocimum. Their letters appear red, atrophy of optic nerve, and there is a edema of the lid about the eyes. There is a pearly white conjunctiva and long curved lashes. Parietal loss of vision from abuse of tobacco, like a nux vomica. Then there is a pain in orbital bones, paresis of extrinsic muscle, diplopia due to the deviation of the visual axis. There is a thrombosis of retinal vessel and degenerative changes in the retinal cell. Also, there is a degenerative changes where the soreness and curve lines are seen in old people. There is a retinal troubles with the light and hallucination of the vision. So these are the most important features of phosphorus when we use it in a eye complaint. So modalities, the phosphorus is a works by touch, mental and physical exertion, twilight, warm food and drink, then change of weather from getting wet in hot weather, evening, lying on a left or painful side during thunderstorm, ascending stair. These are the more characteristic feature of phosphorus that most probably this is the due to the works by mental and physical exertion like a Calcaria car. Then there is a better in dark and lying on the right side, cold food, cold, open air, washing with the cold water and sleep. So the next remedy is physostigma. Physostigma is also called as a calabar bean. That is, calabar bean is a common name of physostigma. There is an increasing myopia, contracted pupil, twitching of ocular muscle, night blindness, photophobia, glaucoma with the flashes of light, parietal blindness, paralysis of accommodation, profuse lacrimation, astigmatism, and spasm of the ciliary muscle, irritability with after using the eyes. There is a post-diphtheric paralysis of eye and accommodation muscle. So physostigma is a very useful remedy in eye complaint. When these remedy acts, its active principle is its active principle is a iserin, form a valuable addition to a materia medica. It stimulates the heart, raising the blood pressure and increases the peristalsis, causes a contraction of pupil and a ciliary muscle. So there is an induction, a condition. And there is a spinal irritation with loss of motility, prostration, and with a sensitive vertebrae. There is a fibrillary tremors and rigidity of a muscle with the paralysis. They depress the motor and reflex activity of the cord and causes a loss of sensibility to the pain, muscular weakness followed by a complete paralysis. Although the muscular contractility is not impaired, paralysis and tremors and chorea, these are the also key feature of physostigma. Then there is a tetanus and polymyelitis anteriorly it also present in the physostigma. So there is a night blindness, which is opposite to the bothrops. In the bothrops, there is a day blindness, and in physostigma, there is a night blindness. Also, the contraction of pupils and twitching of the ocular muscle, this is a key feature of physostigma. With the spasm of ciliary muscle with irritability after using the eyes and glaucoma with increasing myopia, it is also a characteristic feature of physostigma. Then next remedy is the jaborandi, that is the Pilocarpus microphyllus. In Jaborandi, eyes are strained from whatever the cause. There is irritability of ciliary muscles, eyes easily tired from a slightest use. That is, when we do a slightest work by using our eyes, or when use is very slightest, then also eyes getting tired. There is a heat and burning in the eyes on use like a phosphorus. Everything at a distance, appearance hazy, vision become indistinct every a few moments. Then there is a retinal images retained long after using the eyes, irritation from electric and other artificial light. The pupil are contracted and do not react to light, staring lights. White spot before the eyes, there is smarting pain in the eyes, lid twitch, atrophic choroiditis with the spasm of accommodation while reading. So, in the Pilocarpus microphyllus, that is the jaborandi, we can see the pilocarpus is a powerful glandular stimulant and the most efficient diaphoretic. Its most important effects are diaphoresis, salivation, and meiosis. Hot flushes, nausea, salivation, and profuse perspiration with the face red and ear and neck become a few minutes after a dose of jaborandi deeply flew. The drops of perspiration break out all over the body, while at the same time the mouth waters and saliva pours out in an almost continuous stream. The other secretion that is lacrimal, nasal, bronchial and intestinal also but in less degree. So the sweat and the saliva produced by a single dose is often enormous in quantity, not infrequently half a pint. So in homeopathy to abnormal sweat and has achieved a great success in night sweat of compulting. Acts upon a thyroid and its sudorific action may possibly be due to it. The exophthalmic goiter with increased heart action and pulsation of arteries. There is a tremors and nervousness, heat and sweating, bronchial irritation, and it is a valuable remedy in limiting its duration of mumps. So, mainly in the Pilocarpus microphyllus, that is a jaborandi, there is a pupils are contracted. There is a nearsightedness, like myopia and white spots before eyes, smarting pains in the eyes. These are the very key and characteristic feature of Pilocarpus microphyllus. Eye strain from whatever the cause. There is a very straining in the eyes is also a key feature of jaborandi. That is the Pilocarpus microphyllus. So next one is sorry student, there is some technical problem. That slide is not going good. Happen. So next remedy is the ruta, that is the ruta graveolens. Objectively, the eyes fills with the water. When we see the patient eyes of ruta, they are filled with the water. And subjectively, the patient feel that there is a pressure deep in the orbit. There is a pain as from a bruise in the tarsal cartilages. There is a pressure over the eyebrows and stitches in the left frontal bone while only reading. Itching in the inner canthal and lower lids that after rubbing became of biting so that the eyes filled with water. There is a eye there is a burning pain and aching in the eyes with the fields strain from overtaxing them in a near vision. So, in the ruta, there is a sensation of heat, fire in the eyes, and aching and while reading. So, there is a very pain in the eyes after reading, and there is a coldness beneath the left eye. So, when we see a ruta, ruta is a rue bitter wart. This is a common name of a ruta. Its act upon the periosteum and cartilages, eyes and uterus, and complaint from a straining flexor tendon especially. The tendency to the formation of disposition in the periosteum, tendons, and about the joints. So, especially the wrist. Overstrain of the ocular muscle is also a key feature of a ruta. Then there is a all part of the body are painful as a bruise, sprain after a sprain. In the sprain, ruta can be used after a arnica. So lameness after sprain, jaundice, feeling of intense lassitude, weakness and despair. Injure a bruised bones. So, in the ruta is a great remedy in the eye complaint. So, it is very useful in ophthalmic cases when there is eye strain followed by headache and eyes are red, hot, and painful from seeing or reading fine print. So, the patient cannot read a fine print. So, there is a very pain, redness, and hotness in the eyes, like a nitromur, argentum nitricum. There is a disturbance of accommodation, very pain while reading. Pressure deep in orbit with the tarsal cartilages feel bruised, and there is a pressure over eyebrow. Asthenosphia is also seen in the ruta. So the modalities, ruta patients are worse by lying down from cold and wet weather. So when we see the vision of the ruta, so it is a blur and from overtaxing in near vision. There is a very weak as if eyes were excessively strained, an object dim as a shadow, fleeted over them. There is a characteristics of ruta. It is that in rheumatic subject or after a trauma to the bone, joints and muscle. There is a cold, wet weather, motion, while with a general feeling of soreness as from a bruise, that is mainly in the backache. Clinically, when we see the ruta in osteopenia more often from a weakness of ciliary muscles than of the internal recti. There is a heat and aching in and over the eyes which feel as if they were balls of fire, especially in night. The letters are run together. The patient feels that there is the letters are run together, so he cannot read clearly. The next remedy is the sepia. Sepia is a very deep acting polycrest and most probably used remedy in ophthalmological cases. So it is made from the inky juice of cuttlefish. As we know, the sepia is used in muscular asthenosphenia, black spot in the field of vision, there is asthenic inflammation and in connection with the uterine troubles. There is aggravation of eyes troubles in the morning and evening and in the tarsal tumor. So there is a ptosis, ciliary irritation, venous congestion of fundus and it is worse in the forenoon and evening with and also aggravate in washing dampness but better by exercise pressure and warmth of the bed. So when we see a sepia that is made from an inky juice of cuttlefish, It acts especially on a portal system with the venous congestion, with the stasis and thereby ptosis of viscera and weariness and misery. There is a weakness and yellow complexion, bearing down sensation, especially in women. Upon the worse organism, it has more pronounced effect. Pain extended down to the back and chest easily. The tendency to abortion. Then hot flushes at menopause with the weakness and perspiration with the upward tendency of its symptom. There is the easy fainting. There is a ball sensation in the inner part. Sepia act best in the breasts. All pains are from below to up. That the patient are going from below to upward level. One of the most important uterine remedy and tubular patients with a chronic hepatic troubles and uterine recurrence. Sepia feel cold even in a warm room. There is a pulsation in a headache in a cerebellum. So mostly when we see the sepia, it is useful in asthenopia, that is the muscular asthenopia, and the aggravation of eye trouble mostly in the morning and evening with tarsal tumor, ptosis, ciliary irritation, venous congestion of the fundus with the asthenic inflammation, and black spot in a field of vision is mainly seen in a sepia. So, sepia is worse from the forenoon, evening, washing, dampness, laundry, work, dampness left side after a sweat, then there is a cold air before thunderstorm, and it is better by exercise, pressure, warmth of bed, with hot application, drawing limb up, cold bathing, and after sleep. So this is the polycrest and deep acting remedy useful in ophthalmic cases. So next one is a Cilicia. Cilicia. Cilicia also a deep acting polycrest remedy which is, which is made from a silica, that is a pure flint. Angles of eyes are affected and there is a swelling of lacrimal duct. Aversion to daylight, it produces a dazzling and sharp pain. Though the eyes are tender to touch and worse when closed. There is a vision confused. Letters run together on reading. Styes, iritis, and iridochoroiditis with a pus in the anterior chamber. There is a perforating or sluggish ulcer of cornea, then abscess in cornea after a traumatic injury. There is a cataract in office workers. Mostly it is seen that when office workers cataract, silica used very usefully. After effect of keratitis and ulcers cornea, clearing the opacity, use the 13th potency for a month. So when you use the silica, that is the silicia. It is the imperfect assimilation and consequent defective nutrition. It goes further and produces a neuroaesthetic state in consequence and increases susceptibility to nervous stimuli and exaggerated reflexes. Diseases of bone, caries and necrosis also seen in a silica. Silicia can stimulate the organism to reabsorb fibrotic condition and scar tissue. Enthesis must be used with care, for here it may be cause the absorption of scar tissue and liberate the disease, involved in a new activities. Organic changes, it is a deep in slow in action with the periodical states, abscesses, quinsy, headache, spasm, epilepsy, feeling of coldness before an attack, keloid growth, scrofulous, rachitic children with a large head, open frontanels and suture, distended abdomen, slow in walking, ill effects of vaccination, suppurative process, it is related to all fistulous burn. So, when there is a great sensitiveness to taking cold with the intolerance of alcoholic stimulant, an element attended with the first formation, epilepsy, want of greed, moral or physical, And cataract in office worker is mainly useful silica. It is also useful in the fistula lacrimalis with the perforating and slugging ulcer of cornea. Then when we see the modalities of cilicia, it is work in a new moon, in morning, from washing during menses, uncovering, lying down, damp, lying on the left side cold, and better by a warm, wrapping up head, and summer, and in a wet or humid weather. So next and the last remedy, it is the Viola odorat. So it is useful when there is a heaviness of lid, eyeball feel compressed, flames before eyes, myopia, choroiditis, illusion of vision, fiery serpentine circles, and worse in the full air. So Viola odorata, it is also called as a violet, has a specific action on ear and affect especially a dark-haired patient. Supraorbital and orbital regions, rheumatic in upper part of the body, vein on the right side. Worms affection in children locally for a pain due to the uterine fibroid, also against the snake bite. Bee sting, tension extended to upper half of the face and ears. So when Voila odorata is used, there is heaviness of lid, eyes feel compressed, and flames before eyes, myopia, choroiditis, illusion of vision, fiery serpentine circles, and worse in a cool air. So the modality is most that there is a worse in a cool air. So these are the homeopathic therapeutics of ophthalmopia mostly used in a eye complaint. Then next topic is conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis is defined as it is a inflammation of conjunctiva. So, according to classification, there are mainly the four types of conjunctivitis, that is infective, allergic, injury, and associated with the skin disease. So, when we see the infective, there is a two types of infection. First is a bacterial and second is a viral. So, in bacterial, there is an acute catarrhal or mucopurulent with acute, subacute, or chronic membranous conjunctivitis. Then, pseudomembranous conjunctivitis, purulent and gonorrheal conjunctivitis, ophthalmia neonatarum, angular conjunctivitis with the Bedansonian group of organisms, that is due to the swimming bath conjunctivitis and syphilitic and leprosy. And when we see in the viral conjunctivitis, it is seen with acute hemorrhagic conjunctivitis. And there is a follicular, that is in follicular conjunctivitis, there are two types. First one is a acute and second is a chronic. So, conjunctivitis is due to the viruses, that is like measles, chickenpox, mumps, influenza, herpes zoster, yellow fever, dengue fever. It is also seen in a conjunctivitis, that is conjunctivitis due to the viruses, like this. Then, next one is the diagrammatic representation of acute mucopurulent conjunctivitis. So when we see this is a external appearance in a acute mucopurulent conjunctivitis. There is a inflammation of conjunctiva with the mucus secretion. And this is a acute purulent conjunctivitis. Then we see externally to the eye, it is seen that there is a pus formation with the inflammation of conjunctiva. It is mostly seen in acute purulent conjunctivitis. Then, second is the allergic. That is the simple allergic conjunctivitis, finite to vascular conjunctivitis, vulnar, that is the spring catarrhus conjunctivitis, and conjunctivitis due to the injury, and it is also associated with the skin disease. Then first one, when we see there is a conjunctivitis and the types of conjunctivitis, the next topic is the infective conjunctivitis. That is a type of conjunctivitis. It is defined as a acute catarrhal or mucopurulent conjunctivitis. This is a acute mucopurulent conjunctivitis as we see in this diagram. Okay. So in these cases, it etiology of infective conjunctivitis is that it occurs in any age, in both sexes, that is, it occurs in male and female. It may be with the eruptive fever like a measles and bad hygienic condition, that is, a dirty habits. It occurs due to the staphylococcus, hemophilus, pneumococci, and influenza, etc. Then the pathology of infective conjunctivitis, that when there is a congestion of blood vessel with the increased permeability, so then exudation of fibrin and neutrophil. So firstly there is a congestion of blood vessel and increase the permeability. So from these, when the permeability increases, there is a exudation of fibrin and neutrophil from that, and there is a edema of conjunctiva with a mucus secretion. Thus, the conjunctival discharge consists of tear, mucus, epithelial cell, bacteria, WBC, that is white blood cells, and fibrils. In severe inflammation, that is in children, blood stain discharge also seen in this infective conjunctivitis. In mild cases, infection is overcome and cured within a 10 to 15 days. If the inflammation continues, new vessels are formed in a tarsal conjunctiva in the form of tufts of capillaries. So when inflammation is going to continue, then the new vessels are formed in tarsal conjunctiva in the form of tuftlets of capillaries. Then the symptoms of infective conjunctivitis are there is a discomfort and a foreign body sensation. So there is a feeling of discomfortness and a feel that there is a foreign body in eye with the photophobia, weariness, mistiness of vision due to a thin layer of discharges of cornea. Then there is the sticking of lid, rainbow halo around the light. So these are the symptoms and signs that we see in the patient. Symptoms are told by patient, and signs that we see in the patient's eyes. There is congested eyes of patient. There is a congestion, mild edema of eyelid. Then there is a petechial subconjunctival hemorrhage due to the pneumococcal and viral infection. And the complication of infective conjunctivitis, it is may acute may proceed to a chronic, maybe there is a marginal corneal ulcer, blepharitis, and dacryocystitis. But dacryocystitis is a rare complication of infective conjunctivitis. Mostly it precedes